Welcome everyone to German Tool Reviews. Today we have a collection of Gedore brand pin punches. You have probably seen some of these in use in previous restoration videos of vintage German tools. I'll go over 3 different styles of pin punches that Ghidorah offers. All 3 of these sets are made in Germany. The first Gedore pin punch that I purchased was part of a set of striking tools that came in this metal case. This is the Gedore 106D 6-piece chisel and punch set. In addition to a 4mm pin punch, the set includes 3 chisels, a drift punch, and a center punch. Today I'm only going to focus on the pin punch portion of this set as it compares to the other pin punches styles that Gedore offers. As you can see, this set has definitely been used. These punches are very similar to another set that I will get to later in this review, and I will go into more detail on the features of this style of punch when we get to that set. The first full punch set that I have is the Gedore 115 8-piece set. This set comes in a steel case with a glossy black paint finish. It also includes a tab for hanging in a retail space that could also be used for hanging on a tool wall. Opening the case, we see the inside has the same glossy black finish. There's a piece of open cell foam that is used to prevent the punches from rattling around in the case. I would have liked to have seen this glued down instead of just in here loose. I really do like how the punch sizes were silkscreen on the shelf here to easily identify the punches. What is interesting about this set is that the sizes are marked with their actual diameters as opposed to the trade size. Usually a 4mm pin punch is already 3.9mm to allow for sufficient clearance when punching a 4mm shaft, but most manufacturers will simply mark this as a 4mm punch. The punches included in the set are a 0.9 by 80mm, a 1.4 by 85mm, a 1.8 by 88mm, a 2.4 by 92mm, a 2.8 by 96mm, a 3.4 by 96mm, 3.9 by 100mm, and a 5.9 by 100mm. The 1.4, 2.4, and 3.4 punch sizes are not standardized and may only have special applications. The driving point on these punches is made from 115 CRV3 tool steel. This is also known as silver steel with a DIN code of 1.2210. The pins have been temper hardened to a value between 55 and 59 HRC. Examining the 115 punches in detail, we see an excellent machining job on the guide sleeve. The knurling here is top notch. Each of the punches is stamped with Germany and the size near the top of the guide sleeve. All of the punches except for the 5.9mm have a guide sleeve that holds the pin being driven to avoid possible slippage of the punch. This can also be used to control the depth when driving a pin into a blind hole. The 5.9mm punch does not have a guide sleeve and has a hardened shaft press fit directly under the handle with a similar finish. One disadvantage to the punches in the 115 set is that they are of the short form variety, and you may run into jobs where the punch is not long enough to completely remove a pin. I ran into this when taking apart the Gedore Dremel and ended up having to use the 119 punch to complete the job. Next, we'll take a look at a new set that I just picked up, the Gedore 316D 6-piece pin punch set. This set is so new that I couldn't even find it in the Gedore 2016-2017 catalog. Therefore, it must have been a product that came out within the last year. The steel case has the same gloss black finish as the 115 set. This case actually has a hinged holder built into the case that must be opened to remove the punches from their positions in the holder. Immediately I noticed that the foam used to hold the punches in place is actually glued down to the case this time. I'm not really sure what type of foam this is. It almost feels like it could be some variation of memory foam. It is definitely a denser foam than is used in the 115 case. The pin punches included in the 316 set are a 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 10mm. These contain a polished tip with the remainder painted in Gedore blue. One thing I found odd is that the 4mm punch was magnetized. I did check all of the other punches and this was the only one that was magnetic. I'm guessing that this was not intentional and some piece of machinery in the factory just happened to magnetize this punch during the production process. Another interesting point about the 316 punches is that there appears to be a pretty pronounced fillet on the tip. In contrast, the 115 punches have an almost 90-degree edge, just enough of a chamfer to take the edge off. Depending on the application for the punches, one or the other may be better suited for the job. The 119 punch that came in the 106D set was somewhere in the middle. When I first got the 316 set, I figured it was just a blue version of the yellow 119 punches. However, there are a couple of subtle differences that should be noted. First is that the polished surface extends further on the 119 punch before the paint starts. The second difference is the slope of the fillet between the shaft and the striking handle. They both appear to start at the same spot, but the 119 has a more pronounced slope, resulting in a longer octagonal striking handle. If I had to guess, the reason for this change is probably to save money, since it would result in less material being used to produce the same tool. Other than the color and the 2 noted differences, the 119 and 316 punches appear to be the same. The steel type used in both the 119 and 316 punches is a 45 CR MOV7 variety, which is a chrome, molybdenum, vanadium air hardened tool steel. From the datasheets I could find from various steel manufacturers, this material has a typical hardness of 30 HRC. The important thing to note here is that this material is not nearly as hard as the 115 CRV3 steel that is used in the 115 set. Another thing to note on the paint is that it will scratch over time. This is especially true as you take them in and out of the steel holder. As long as you keep the punches oiled, there shouldn't be any issues with corrosion. In terms of price, the 115 set is significantly higher than the 316, mostly due to the higher quality tool steel that is required for the small punches to prevent them from bending under load. At the time of this review, KC Tool has a 50% off sale on the 316 set, which comes to $26. This is a great deal for a German-made punch set if you are in need of a general-purpose pin punch set. There is a link in the description to all three of the sets featured here. Well, that wraps up this review of several Gedore pin punch styles. Check out the link in the description to the full review. If you like this video, subscribe for more reviews of German brand tools.